Finally, the Pardons Board has issued their media statement, and the watikah is here, clear as daylight. The Pardons Board decided to grant Najib partial pardon. 12 years potong tu 6 tahun. So, bear in mind, Najib punya verdict for SRC ada 7 verdict tau. Tak silap 8 tahun, 10 tahun, 10 tahun, 10 tahun, 10 tahun, 10 tahun, 12 tahun. All of that judge ordered to run concurrently, so therefore habis 12 tahun. So yang ni, yang Pardons Board potong setengah ni, mana satu yang setengah ni? Which charge? Kan semua kali. Tak kisah, tak perlu apa charge pun, potong. So maknanya kalau potong semua, maknanya Pardons Board bukannya potong 6 tahun saja. Pardons Board potong each of those. Kira lah. 12 potong 6 jadi 6. 10 potong 4 jadi potong 6. Potong 4 jadi 6. Semua tu. 8 potong 4 jadi 6. So 4, 4, 4, 4, 6, 24. Campur 6, 30 tahun the Pardons Board gave Najib, a convicted felon who has stolen and done so much damage to the country. Utang negara semua pasal dia. And the Pardons Board decide to give that. Now, my question is lah, itu saja you bagi, you kurangkan Pardons Board. On what basis? Apa basis Najib tu? Apa Najib punya basis of appeal? Najib punya basis of appeal, dia kata court tak adil pada dia. Tak fair trial, patut lepas. So, bila Pardons Board bagi kat dia reprieve macam ni, maknanya Pardons Board ni, dia setujulah dengan Najib. Dia partially setuju dengan Najib, is it? Maknanya dia setuju yang the conduct of the mahkamah tak betul. Then buat judicial review tu untuk apa? Where majority, 4 out of 5 judges mengatakan that everything was proper. So, federal court judges tau, maknanya 9 out of the 10 federal court judges mengatakan, 90% mengatakan everything was in order. 5 were the one who upheld the sentence. Another 4 confirmed that everything was done and in order. Tak ada basis for the judicial review. Only seorang je, Rahman Sebli, which I don't know what his motivation is. Dia decide, boleh lepas. Totally ignoring. Dia suggest even to lepas Najib. Totally ignoring the fact that High Court judge found him guilty, went through the full trial, Appeals Court upheld, and kalau apa-apa tak betul pun yang Najib allege was only at the federal court level. So macam mana boleh lepas terus? There alone nampak dah. Something is not right with the Rahman Sebli, and I just hope the government investigate him. Carilah dalam Pandora paper ke apakah duit apakah, I tak tahu. I don't know what, I tak mau tuduh, tapi correct, because very suspicious punya judgment. Okay, all the same, does that mean that Pardons Board agree dengan Najib? Kalau tak, then apa basis? Apa basis to agree to reduce the sentence? Okay, now let's move on to the fine. Fine 210 juta tu, kira macam mana? 42 juta kali 5. Dan itu undang-undang. Saya Saddiq pun kena 1 million kali 5. You got caught sakau banyak tu, kali 5 lah. Itu undang-undang, and even the judge doesn't have discretion. Dia kena kali 5 saja. So sekarang ni, Pardons Board decide boleh kurang. Discount. Okay, mind you, more than 75% discount. 210 million. Tolak 160 juta. Tinggal 50 je kena bayar. That 210 million yang patut dibayar under undang-undang, duit tu akan masuk pada siapa patutnya? Dia masuk balik pada government coffers kan? Dia masuk balik pada tabung kerajaan untuk bayar balik hutang-hutang negara kan? Hutang negara yang perlu dibayar, dan juga untuk menampung whatever B40 punya needs, development of the country, aid to the poor and needy, orphans, ibu tunggal, semua tu, that duit 160 million bagi balik sebagai pulangan pada Najib. Dia kena bayar hanya 50 juta saja. Well, undang-undang required him to pay 210 million. Jadi, this Madani government yang sayang pada rakyat konon, jaga B40, tax all the T20, M40 semua untuk bagi pada B40. Tapi sekarang ni no choice. Nak kena naik electricity, naik air, nak kena naik GST tu 8%. Ada apa ni, property gains tax nak introduce, nak ni lower, nak introduce balik lower value tax that will affect the B40. Semua tu, all these measures in order to kaut lagi daripada apa ni, duit daripada rakyat, hard earned money from the rakyat, pasal nak tampung lubang besar yang created by all these kleptocrats, yang living opulent lifestyle. Depa lah yang Birkin handbag lah, pink diamond lah, jam punya mahal, travel, duduk kat suite yang berpuluh-puluh ribu. They enjoyed this money, they use the money until now they're living their opulent lifestyle. Sekarang berlakon je lebih. Okay, they are still having that. Tapi what this government did, through the Brothers Board, bagi balik 160 juta. Kata tak ada duit, kata tak cukup duit, kata kita tak boleh bayar. Tapi kita boleh bagi balik 160 juta kepada pencuri, penyangak, who has a litany of court cases that is still ongoing. Dia punya benda semua, all dia punya court cases semua, bukan semua necessarily dia akan kena sangkut tau. Kalau prosecution buat silap ke, ataupun AG complicit in some way ke, ataupun whatever lah, dia boleh lepas. And duit dia sapu tu, 2.6 billion tu dia simpan je lah kan. So, kalau 2.6 billion tu lekat, jadi 2.6 billion kali 5 will be 13 billion. Itu denda Najib for 1MDB punya case. That is ongoing. So, yang tu nak bagi padan banyak mana pula? All that money sepatutnya datang balik. And you ingat Najib tak ada ke 210 juta? Kalau he had 2.6 billion, he has money. He has excesses, duit kita. Dia boleh bayar 210 juta tu. Tapi bagi kurang yang tu. Why? Supaya he doesn't have to spend extra 5 years ke? So therefore tambah 1 tahun. Now conveniently you tell the rakyat, half, therefore Najib keluar 2028. Ikut convention, as far as undang-undang prison, kalau you masuk 12 tahun, on good behavior, you keluar dalam 8 tahun. There's 1/3 rebate, 1/3 rebate. You only serve 2/3. By default, almost semua inmate yang masuk, melainkan you bunuh somebody ke, you tikam somebody, you pukul somebody, you cuba lari dari prison, you hantam warden, you vandalize, whatever lah. All those things yang you tak patut buat sebagai inmate, sana disiplin kuat tau. Then you will not get that 1/3 remission. Tapi secara default, I would say 98-99% of inmates dia keluar dalam masa 2/3 of having served prison. Why? Because I've had relatives, family members who were in prison and I know this. And you boleh tanya prison punya authorities, you can even Google this. So therefore, kalau Najib masuk 12 tahun, he would have been out 8 tahun. And 8 tahun, kalau dia tak boleh bayar 210 juta sebelum 8 tahun tu, tambah lagi 5 tahun. 5 tahun tu pun ada remission, dia akan serve hanya 40 bulan. Kurang sikit pada 5 tahun. So total, patut berapa? Patut almost 13 tahun. Almost 12 tahun. Okay, tapi what Brothers Board decided to do, they decided to now reduce to 6 tahun. So therefore akan keluar 2028. Okay, pasal masuk 2022. Now my question is lah, does that take account into the remission tak? Ada dia remission tak? Pasal kalau ada remission, then you kata keluar 2028 tu kencing rakyat lah. Kencing lagi lah. Maknanya dia akan keluar 2026. Because 6 tahun tu akan jadi 4 tahun. So it's actually more than what you say you're giving. So you reduce by half tu, kalau betul-betul reduce by half, it should be 4 lah. Because kalau tidak, dia jadi 8 tahun. So, mana? Kena jawab tu. Or, ataupun, it doesn't kira lagi dah. Prison punya reduction tu, pasal pardon tu, that's it, that's net. Then net Najib kurang 2 tahun. So, kalau kurang 2 tahun, tak teruk sangat. But again, what's the basis? Orang lain boleh ke minta benda sama and kurang macam tu? Turun 2 tahun ke, berapa tahun ke? Why? What's so special about Najib? Apa dia punya basis? Why consider dia punya orang lain minta daripada berapa lama pun tak ada decision lagi pun? Ataupun rejected berapa kali? Anwar Ibrahim punya request for daripada pun berapa kali reject? So, pasal apa Najib yang second time terus boleh okey? Dapat bagi pula. So, itu satu. So, itu prison. Now, sekarang ni you bagi 160 juta balik. This amount of 160 juta, you kalau kira lah, 160 juta ada 7 kosong tau. So, you kira berapa? 160 juta berapa RM1,000 boleh tukar? How many 1,000? Kalau 1 million, okay, maknanya you need 1,000 RM1,000 to make 1 million. Okay, so kalau 160 million, 160,000 orang boleh dapat 1,000 ringgit. Faham 160,000 orang boleh dapat 1,000 ringgit. Berapa B40 tu? Bahagi lagi kalau katakan bagi 500 orang. B40 320,000 orang B40 boleh dapat RM500. That Najib supposed to have paid. Tapi kita punya Pardons Board consisting of the Madani government yang sayang pada rakyat, they decided the money doesn't go that way to the B40. They decided that wang tu pulang balik pada yang menyakau daripada kuat apa semua tu. Pergi balik. And therefore, in the same breath, they say, we are fighting against corruption. Perdana Menteri kata, anak Melayu, anak Cina, anak India, semua anak saya. Rakyat, I defend rakyat kerana rakyat. Siapa kamu curi duit rakyat, bagi balik pada orang Melayu, bagi balik. You play lah all the things. All the mantra. Now, this same government, through the Pardons Board, apa outcome dia? Apa you nampak? What happened? Yang punya against corruption. Lepas ni you cerita pasal corruption lagi, going after corruption, I probably will puke. I will probably puke blood when I hear that. It is hypocrisy at the highest level. Corruption apa? A convicted corruptor, you just assisted and lightened dia punya burden, and even duit you give away, which money is supposed to go to the rakyat. Do I take it now the Pardons Board now will make up that 160 million tu yang bagi diskaun pada Najib tu? Will you now fork out from your money wherever you have, wherever stash, to pay up supaya rakyat tak dapat, negara tak dapat kurang duit daripada Najib yang denda? I'm not sure lah. I don't think so lah. I don't think you intend to do that. Pasal kau boleh buat, you dah boleh tolong bayar hutang negara dah. Kita bayar hari-hari pun berapa banyak interest on 1MDB. Kita bayar punya banyak. Bermilion-milion. That money kau dapat pun, that would have reduced significantly how much we have to pay. And don't say hutang NDB tu tak kena menang rakyat. You are going to tax us. You're going to remove subsidies. You are going to make us suffer. Especially the B40 punya brethren kita akan suffer. But tak penting kan? Pardons Board decided, even though Pardons Board tak akan terkesan pun kalau hutang kita jadi 5-6 trilion pun. Yang terkesan rakyat. Tapi yang tak terkesan buat decision. This kind of a decision. And you do this. And this whole thing makes a total mockery of kita punya judiciary. Hakim dah buat perkiraan berapa tahun to give. Hakim even decided that, the sentence run concurrent. Pasal Kodak Najib duduk dalam prison 72 tahun. Tapi dia tak buat, consecutive. Dia buat concurrent. The subsequent judges even upheld tak ada tambah pun. Tak tambah pun the prison term. And it's 7 charges. So, tapi come to Pardons Board, entah apa perkiraan, decided to kurang-kurangkan, and yang kurang tu 50 juta tu based on kiraan mana? Which law you pakai? tadak. So bila tadak, maknanya you just give him lah 160 juta. Duit siapa? When the time comes, when we all meet our maker, yang buat this decision semua, whoever who decided to make decision, this fancy decision, jawab tu your maker. Rakyat kau terkesan from now until then, siapa yang makan tak cukup, yang bercerai pasal kesusahan wang, pasal harga mahal, teks lebih, orang yang tak boleh pergi hospital, tak boleh get treatment, mati, cacat permanently, ibu keguguran anak, anything lah, orang hilang kerja, orang bunuh diri, whatever kesusahan yang memang people living in the tower of opulence tak tahu, orang kat bawah marhain je yang faham, know that lah, that your decision, how it affects the lives of berapa juta Malaysians, berapa juta rakyat kita. Sebelum ni yang sakau berdosa pada kita, pada rakyat, berdosa dan akan answerable to Allah. Bukan orang yang tak curi, bukan pemimpin yang tak korup. Pemimpin-pemimpin yang korup sebelum ni lah kena jawab whatever that you've done to the country. You kena jawab to the people. So people like Najib, Rosmah, siapa-siapa lah, all the corrupt, Muhyiddin, Mahathir, Daim, they have to answer. Tapi based on the decision today, siapa yang kau tak corrupt pun, you make a decision to whatever money, because they've been caught. Bukannya senang to catch tau. To catch, to try, to trial, to convict, semua dah dapat dah, and dia kena bayar Undang-Undang 210. You bagi balik duit tu pada pencuri tu balik. Now when you do that, you pun now sama-sama kena bertanggungjawab and answer pada Allah. Dosa you bukan pada Allah saja, dosa you pada 30 juta lebih rakyat, and plus anak-anak yang belum dilahirkan lagi, cucu cicit kita yang belum dilahirkan lagi will all have to pay. Even after you dah meninggal pun, you will have to answer for this 160 million that you gave away back, duit rakyat, kepada pencuri. So, answer that. And after this, what precedents have been established? Siapa lagi boleh minta royal pardon? Kena bagi kah? Or is it just for Perdana Menteri, ex-Perdana Menteri? Maknanya Perdana Menteri kalau terus dapat automatic 75% off, then might as well change the law. Tak payah perlu royal pardon. Atau kalau royal pardon boleh bila-bila suka-suka tukar apapun, whoever they like, then maybe tak payah ada court pun. Banyak judges punya banyak court time semua for what? Siapa buat salah, MACC bagi report, bagi pada Pardons Board. Pardons Board you decide. Tengok muka sipulan-sipulan ni, decide lah berapa the right number of years of jail dia patut dapat, ke whipping ke, ataupun saman ke. You decide the quantum. Pubuh je quantum tu. That's it. Nobody can question. Constitutional kan? Change the constitution to do that. Tak payah ada court. Untuk apa court? Kita tengok mana kiraan apa semua tu, it makes a mockery of the court. Agong appoint Chief Justice, makes a mockery of the appointment. For what? So to me, it shows how ridiculous it is. The effect will be worldwide. Satu dunia akan tahu. And that shows the sovereignty and what kind of pariah country we are. Sekarang ni rakyat tahu dah siapa yang betray the country, betray the nation. You can say anything about the previous government lah, Perikatan Nasional ke apa ke. Najib was tried, was detected, was caught during Mahathir punya time Pakatan Harapan. Pakatan Harapan masuk prosecute dia, tapi dia kena convicted, dia punya appeal fail, dan dia dipenjarakan during masa Perikatan Nasional, bukan under Mandani government. Masuk penjara while UMNO was also part of Perikatan Nasional. That was the case. Tak keluar pun, tak ada isu pardon pun. Pardon apa pun tak layan. Ismail Sabri tak layan, Muhyiddin tak layan, siapa tak layan. It went on. Tapi now after kita punya PMX, kita punya dream Prime Minister who is against corruption, after the new change, the reform government, that penalty, that prison sentence is halved, and a 75, almost 80% discount on the fine. Enough said. Assalamualaikum.
If you have any interesting ideas that can help build a better Malaysia, please put them in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. The subscription is free. You don't have to pay money. And we don't, YouTube doesn't give us your information. So there's no list of subscribers. I just know the number of subscribers, but no information about who the subscribers are. And we are not monetized, so there's no advertisements. When you click on our videos, you straight away watch our videos. You don't have to see annoying ads. Anyway, now please subscribe if you haven't done so, and please share our videos far and wide. Terima kasih. Wassalam.
If you want to see more content like this, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any new videos.